All right, what's new is new. Back with another pick today. Only doing one pick. There's only really one game I feel confident in, and when it comes to the Knicks, of course, I'd love to bet the Knicks, but I'm gonna just watch the game as a fan. I really, I don't know, man. I could see us winning it. I could see us losing it. I pray that we win, so we'll see what happens with that. But in the game we're gonna be picking, and yesterday went really well. We went 2-0. That's more like it. We had a lot of 1-1 days in a row, and it was good to get a couple wins, no losses. So let's try to keep it going here today. This one we got the Memphis Grizzlies going to Utah to take on the Jazz. And this right here is a very similar spot to the Clippers versus Mavericks yesterday. We ended up picking the Mavericks +7, and they ended up winning, man. I basically told the Clippers prove it to me, and they did not. So we'll see what happens with that series. But the Clippers, man, oh man, they're not looking good. But for this game, you got the Utah Jazz versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis Grizzlies were able to, get a 3-point win. But I would say, it's rather, I don't know if I'd say convincing win, but it was definitely, they're up, like 10, 15 points in the fourth quarter. And then the Jazz started to come back, but it was too little too late. I believe the Jazz had a shot to win it, but they missed. They had, not shot to win it, shot to tie it, but they missed. So yeah, man, with this, very similar spot. You have the home team, the higher seed. They're at home. They're off of game one loss. Well, how are they going to respond? We saw that the Clippers didn't respond. So will the Jazz respond? Personally, I'm going with the Jazz. I trust the Jazz more than I do the Clippers, and I think the Mavericks are, obviously a better team than the Grizzlies. I think the Jazz can win this game. I see them, coming out here ready to play. They're not going to be joking around, not going to be playing around. I would think, they can't be going down 2-0, at home. You can't do that, especially when you're the one seed versus the eighth seed, man. That would just be inexcusable. The Grizzlies have been very tough. They've had three great wins. They had the two play-in wins, and then they just won game one. I think they cool off here. You know what I'm saying? How long can this continue? If they are able to get a win here, oh my God. Like the Grizzlies would be a serious threat here. So I just don't. I think it's gonna even out here. Law of averages. I think the Utah Jazz are gonna come out and get a big win, and I think they're gonna win convincingly. I see them winning by 10, 15, 20 points. I see them winning in a blowout. Donovan Mitchell should be returning in this game. He didn't return last game. I guess they wanted to give him a little bit more rest, make sure he's 100%. He was unhappy about it, so I'm sure that he's gonna be really looking forward to this and chomping at the bit to play in this game. Will he integrate seamlessly? I don't know. That remains to be seen. I was originally picking the game one, saying like, oh, Donovan Mitchell's first game back, it's gonna take a little bit time, to get acclimated again, and that's kind of why I was picking the Grizzlies. He ended up just not playing. So I'm definitely still with the same thinking. I don't think it's gonna be seamless. But I think the Jazz are a good enough team where Donovan Mitchell doesn't have to be his 100% best for them to get a good win here. They have lots of guys that can chip in, lots of guys that can shoot the three, and they're a team. This is not the Donovan Mitchell show. This is a true team. They pass the ball, they move the ball, and look for the open shot, and it don't matter who takes it. Obviously Donovan Mitchell, that's that guy that they can give it to and say, hey, make a play, and he can. But traditionally, or usually this season, the Jazz are more of a team playing real team basketball. So I'm not too worried about if Donovan Mitchell's not at his 100% best. I'm not really expecting it, but I do expect him to have an impact on the game. And at the very least, he's gonna require attention on the defensive end. So that's probably who Dylan Brooks is gonna be guarding. He's been phenomenal. It's absolutely fantastic for the Grizzlies. So he's probably gonna get his attention, and that may open up some openings for other guys. So that being said, current spread is minus 8.5. No, it's -9. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pick up a half a point though to make it minus 8.5, and that's gonna be my pick for the day. Only one of the day. Of course, I'm watching the Knicks game, hoping that we can get that win. You know what I'm saying? But for this, we got the Utah Jazz minus 8.5. We'll see what happens.